Hello, this reading is going to be for Capricorn. This is going to be a weekly from the 21st to the 28th. Let's see what we have for you guys. We're going to start with our Dream Oracle cards first. Just to set the scenery. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. So we have transition. We have child. And what can we get for Capricorn? We have teeth. What can we get for Capricorn for the 21st to the 28th? Alright, we're going to get one more card so we can have 5. Childhood home in reverse. So I feel like there's no going back. Maybe there's no going back to childhood home, childhood friends. Can we get one more card for Capricorn? I got 2. I was thinking too. I was like, I'm probably gonna get 2. But that's cool. We can rock with that. That makes 7. That makes a full week. So we have flood, express the ocean of your emotion, and we have elevator, rise above. So the first card I'm going to go to is childhood home in reverse, just because there's no going back. So just be mindful. Maybe some situations that I'm here like you're not allowed to go back to. Yeah, it was a death. So there's going to be some, I'm hearing like some things revealed regarding childhood home. This is my ego card. So, maybe people back home were carrying like an egotistical mindset to where they were stuck in their beliefs. Just be mindful also that there may be some stuff going on back home. With it being in reverse, I just say it's not a good look. So it could be some stuff in your childhood home. You know how you move away from home and you go back and it looks totally different, like things have changed and stuff has happened. So just be mindful if you do decide to go back home, things do not look the same as they looked when you were there, of course. I was going to get one more card for ego. We have, so just be mindful. People in your childhood home may be working hard. For no reason, this card just flipped out. They may be working hard for no reason, yeah. And we have the dancer, so they're not going to be able to dance around this subject. Futility is hard work that doesn't really pay off. It's almost like working hard for nothing, or it's like useless work. So people could be working uselessly back in your childhood home. You know how different, you have to move around to make more money and do more things. It's like, even if these people are business-minded or they have some great ideas, they're just working hard but not really being able to save. It's like living from paycheck to paycheck type of situation. So just, be there for them. And it could be you as well. But we're going to continue to go. But this is regarding your childhood home. That's probably saying don't go back, because you won't be able to make as much pay as you make if you stay where you are. Even if you're not making it now, it's going to be more bountiful in the end. Going back home is not going to be the same. But what's for take a big bite out of life? With the dancer card coming in reverse, it just shows that people are not going to be able to dance around certain subjects or topics. So if you do want to speak to people in your childhood home, now will be the best time, because of the things that's going on. They're not going to be able to really lie, and they're probably not going to want to lie. It takes too much strength and mindfulness to do that. So what's for teeth? That is my big mouth card. What do we have for teeth regarding Capricorn? We have the day trader. So just be mindful. The day trader is running his mouth. What is he running his mouth about? Oh, Lord. This is my, pleasure. So this is my junkie promoter card. This is a guy who wears a business suit but does not have his business together. He wants pleasure. Not really sure who he wants it with. It could be that he wants it with you. In this scenario, though, Capricorn, do not feel like this is a bad thing, because he's not in reverse. That's the most important thing. But it could be, just be mindful that there's a guy that does want to pleasure you. Since we have child home in reverse, even though this card is 6 of Cups is mostly viewed as the past, it could be somebody from your past that wants to get with you again. And he could just know that he's talking about you, but it could be somebody where you are too. Doesn't necessarily have to be in your past. I just wanted to mention that, but because we do have child home in reverse, this could be exes who probably wasn't good to you at first, and now they want to come back. But let's go see what we have for child. Give yourself permission to play, but just remember, like whoever this guy is, he's probably going to approach you for. If he has not been talking or anything, just know this week he's going to be saying something. And if he doesn't say it to you, he's going to be saying it to the people that he know or the people that he hold close to him. So what's for a child? Give yourself permission to play. We have luxury in reverse and we have oppression. So for that, I feel like with this thing, give yourself permission to play. It's like don't be so locked up in your mind or whatnot that you're not able to live and have like a joyous heart. This is my joy card. Like remember to always be joyous. But also this luxury of brightest people who are sitting around. I feel like there aren't too many people who are just lounging around frivolously. Is that the word? I'm hearing frivolous. Or they may have to be frivolous at this time. But at the same time, they're oppressed. And this is the reason why they're not able to play. So people are a little bit more serious. They don't want to play. Like even if you bust a joke, it's like they don't want to laugh. It's not necessarily that your joke is off, or it's not necessarily that they're being disrespectful. It's like people can't find their joy at this time they're looking for, but it's because they're oppressing their mind. They're not able to live the way they used to live. Even though this is my milk and cookies and people lounge, it's because they're able to afford to be able to just sit up and watch TV all night without having to get up and do anything in the morning. It's a lot of people who's not able to do that. At this point in time, they're not able to play around. What's for transition? Okay, that came right out. So ruin and the tower. So yeah, I feel like for transition is crossing over to the other side. It's also that you're moving from one location to another, like I said. But we do have the tower, we have ruin, and we have change. So I feel like something that is transitioning, or if somebody, a loved one has transitioned, it's going to cause a tower moment. You finding out maybe causes a tower moment within your life. But the thing is, it's going to ruin the tower moment. It's almost like if this person was around you or you were around situations that were not helpful, they were harmful, there's going to be ruin to that. This ruin is a good ruin. It's going to destroy the tower. So when somebody transitions, like they leave, they leave the earth, or it could be you go from one job to the next, one career from the next, or if you're in the same job, you go from one position to the next, like managerial, or even if you drop down to just a regular employee. This is good for you because it's saving you from a tower moment. If this transition were to happen without this tower and this ruin, it would have hurt. So whatever transition it is or has happened, it might have hurt or looked like it was going to hurt you, but they're stopping the hurt through this transition. You might not get it yet, but it's going to go in your favor. It's going to ruin the tower that would have come had not this transition taken place. So just know that there's a transition going on. It's either in your life or the life of someone around you, but they're going to ruin the tower because when stuff happens, someone switch position or they leave, it hurts and it causes more things to happen. But this is not going to ruin anybody that you know, not even yourself. This is something that's going to be peaceful. It's going to cause some change that needs to take place, should have taken place already. It's going to cause some productive, is the word I'm hearing, some productive changes, even if it's at work. People quitting or people, not showing up is going to be okay because it's going to ruin the destruction that would have been there. So the transition is going to happen. It's not going to stop the transition. It's going to make sure that no destruction comes from the transition. You know, when there was a house fire, but nothing of value is destroyed because the firefighters are able to catch it in time. This is what's going on. They're able to stop the destruction in time before it ruins anything. And it's going to cause some change, some productive changes, the word I got. So let's see what's for flood. Express the ocean of your emotion. And remember, if you don't know about this transition or anything, it could be in the life of your friends or your friends. They're going to tell you about it, but the thing is, stuff is going on. This all may be related to your childhood home, and they're not going to be able to dance around the issue because it's like people are oppressed. They're so in their mind that the truth is just going to come out of their heart without them knowing. They don't have time to think of a clever plan or a clever thing to say because their minds are kind of getting away from them. What's for express the ocean of your emotions? It's not always a good thing that that happens, but in this scenario, it is because people need to start speaking the truth. What's for express the ocean of your emotion? We have temperance and we have valor. So we have the R card. So this could be why people are. That's what I just said. People are, their minds are getting away from them. It's almost like they can't even think. They're not balanced enough. Normally, if they were balanced, they probably could try to find a way to hide the truth. But with them not being balanced, it's like they can't hide the truth from you. And just be mindful, is more than one person. So don't be surprised if you hear stories or situations about more than one person that makes you emotional, or either comes from an emotional part. And then what I said, their minds are getting away from them, so they have to speak automatically from their heart. That's what I said. It's coming exactly from the emotional space, but it's because nobody wants to fight. So I said that they're too tired, exhausted, or too much is happening for them to try to protest against you or withhold anything from you. It's almost like, you know what, I might as well just go ahead and tell you the truth. I might, you know, when people just get fed up, you know, they're just fed up with certain scenarios, not fed up with you per se, but just fed up with certain scenarios that they're just like, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, and they're unbalanced. So in this scenario, it's good for them to be unbalanced. It's almost like someone trying to be so strong that they forget they need somebody to lean on or something. It's like they're not as strong as they used to be, or not, you know, this week they're not going to be as um, proud. And that's a good thing. It's almost like it's taking a hit to their pride. But in this scenario, again, it's good because remember, they were egotistical and they was working hard for nothing. They may have been working hard against you, but it was like unnecessary work for them to be doing it. And now it's like they don't want to work hard to go against you or work hard to keep nothing from you because it's a waste of time. They're not balanced enough to remember how. It's like somebody forgets how, like if they knew you real good, how to get to you, how to find your weaknesses. It's like they don't even remember what to do to get to you. This isn't bad. It doesn't look like anything harmful. It's actually pretty good. So for elevator rise above, what do we have for you? Be mindful. I'm hearing like this guy's watching you. He's going to say something to you this week, or if he doesn't say anything to you, you're gonna find out who it is this week. But if he's not saying anything to you, remember that it's gonna be him telling people that he know. And also I'm hearing somebody could be talking to him. So even if he's not the type to really be talking, somebody could be talking to him, telling, you know how they have their little conversation and like, I think you love her, or you act like you obsessed with her, whatever it is. Somebody's going to be talking to him, telling him things to where, you know, you don't realize something until somebody tell you. So he's going to get like, I'm hearing like a rude awakening. They're going to be able to tell him exactly how he feels, whatever he's hiding, and is not bold enough to come out and say it. You know how guys try to play it out. Man, I don't like her. I don't. But they can tell by the look in his eyes. Yeah, they're gonna be able to pretty much call him out on it. But for elevated rise above, we have the Prince of Cups. So the filmmaker upright is somebody trying to make something look a certain way. With this, I'm telling you, everything's going to reverse. It's like people cannot make things look a certain way anymore. They can't try to dance around an issue, and they don't have enough strength to even fight to try to protect. Like if they were trying to protect their name or protect how they look. You know, people try to protect their image these days, and it's like this week they're not going to be able to do that. So for you, I just feel like you need to just remember to just be nice and be kind-hearted, because they're opening up in ways that they've never done before, and it's what they need to do. But at the same time, you're probably feeling a little stronger, and you might have a little bit more strength, a little bit more guidance, a little bit more understanding. And so, but still though, just allow these people to be vulnerable. There we go. Just allow them to be vulnerable because they need that. So for rise above, it's like, through this you're gonna be able to rise, but also they're gonna be able to rise too. But it's like they're not gonna be able to dress things up. So with that same rise above, I feel like whatever they tell you, if it's disheartening, I don't feel like it's gonna hurt anything with you. It might be a situation where you should have told me that before. So be mindful, they may be telling you stuff that's past related, because this childhood home is in the reverse. So this could all be the past, and you know how I said don't look back. It's almost like they should have told you this information beforehand, and you could have adjusted better, but they didn't. And what they're saying is don't look back. You remember, I'm going to say the Bible says press toward the mark of the higher calling. So you cannot look back, even though they're telling you this now. You can't retrace this situation, because there's no way to do it, because it's already evolved. It's transitioning to another plot. The only thing is you're just not able to be able to receive the information due to these things happening to the people who already know the information. And Capricorn, they probably should have been told you, but they're saying rise above. It's like rise above. Don't just rise above. Don't try to do anything because these people are still in a vulnerable position. What else do we have for the filmmaker? The Prince of Cups, somebody trying to make something look a certain way. And it could be this guy too as well. Now I see the mouth and the pleasure. Could be a guy saying that he's already dated you, or he wants to date you, or he's exaggerating if you guys had a conversation, or if you guys talk. Maybe you guys just exchange numbers. He may exaggerate like how far you guys took things, but they're saying just rise above it. Because even if he tries to, it's not going to work. That's why it has useless work. So even if people try hard to maintain their egotistic ways, it's not going to work because we have all the cards that accompany them in their bad ways. They're in reverse. So even if they try, because the ego is still there, it's just the workings of the ego. The ego is not working right. So if they were used to be able to pump their chest out, like I said, they forgot how to do the things that they used to know how to do to you. They forgot how to do it because their ego is not really, it's there, but it's not dominant. So what's for, oh, I was going to get one for the filmmaker. Like I said, oh, we have the Ace of Discs. Yeah, so they're saying when you rise above, I'm hearing accomplish. You're going to be able to accomplish something. So even though the Ace of Discs is money, even if it's not money, you're going to accomplish something. When it comes to finances, and remember I said this could be work related to, you're going to be able to accomplish something when it comes to finances. Maybe even making sure that you maintain your stability. But they're saying rise above because it's going to I'm hearing reduce. It's gonna reduce all this friction or all this what's the right word? I don't want to say it. Reduce the stress. Okay. It's gonna reduce the stress that's been going on because that's a big that's something that takes a while to come in, but it's an accomplishment nonetheless. And but this accomplishment, and even if after all this you go and accomplish something, it's not going to be something that's manipulative. Like you don't have to worry about, you won't even be able to make it look like it's more than what it is. Like I said, it won't be exaggerated. It'll be exactly what it is. But also people are going to tell you things exactly how it is. If they were withholding money from you or not telling you how much they had or not trying to share or not trying to budget, even if it's not a whole lot, if it was just enough for them to try to budget and maintain, if they weren't doing that, Spirit is saying rise above because it's going to come full circle. This is a circle is going to come full circle to now they cannot hide from you. It's almost like you're going to be the only person that they can really even reveal this truth to, or that they want to reveal it to. And if you maintain your integrity and maintain your compassion and your strength without, making it hard on them or without making them feel like a fool. Never let make a person feel like a fool while they're vulnerable. That's the worst thing to do. Not saying that you would, but I'm just giving you a heads up. Allow them to be vulnerable without making them, even if you don't make them feel like a fool, if they insist on themselves that I was a fool with what I did with the money, or I was a fool with how I handled this transition, or what I did with my ego, or I was a fool in the way that I spoke about you and what we did. Let them know that we all fall short of the glory of the Lord. So no one can judge anybody, but it takes a mature person to realize, man, I can't even fault you. If a person comes and apologizes or tries to make amends and try to make it right, let them do that. Don't ever make them feel like it's too late, because they'll never be able to do it again. And we're all supposed to repent, and we're all supposed to try to make amends. Now, if it means, okay. If it doesn't, still the fact that you try, what they say, A for effort, Capricorn. Give them an A for effort, because I don't even know if they're going to say it right. I'm not even sure if they're going to be able to pronounce each word. But everybody gets an A for effort. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of cards that are in the reverse. There are not the best of cards, except for balance is a good card. But in this scenario, I like that this person is unbalanced. What they say, when I'm hearing it, a drunk mind speaks a sober tongue, or a drunk heart or something. Not saying this person's going to be drunk. There are cups here, but when they say when you're drunk, you really say how you feel. Now, just be mindful though. This isn't too This is just some truths that they should have been told you. This could be regarding family. This could be regarding a child. This could be regarding anything. They should have been told you, and they just, I mean, they didn't. So what do we have for our angel messages? But that's why this is going on in their life, because these are people who you know, they have to have that break, that nervous breakdown before they actually start to admit things, you know. And we don't like it like that. It's easier to just say it, you know, right away. I understand you might want to deal with it on your own, but after so many steps and you realize, whoa, I need to say something to somebody, it's like they should have said it before it got this bad. Um, I'll take that card. Freedom. That's what I'm saying. It's going to bring you and the people involved freedom, even if it's just an inner circle. It's going to bring about some freedom to where, you know, that's why we have the change cards, to where you guys are not going to have to deal with the same old anymore. It's one of those things where you pray for change, and you pray that stuff can be mended and go the right way. And what should I say? I pray this time that love's for real. Yeah, Deborah Cox, I forgot. It's just I've been hurt so many times. So I pray to God that this time love's for real. So these are people that may love you. You guys may have loved each other at one point in time. So when they come to try to mend fences and everything, no matter how hard it is for you, because they always say the person who had to forgive is the one who got hurt the most, because you actually had to forgive. So it's one of those things where you may have already forgiven them, but they haven't admitted to your face that they know they were wrong. And so this is one of the things where they're going to admit it to you that they were wrong, or they made a mistake, or they did something that they shouldn't have done. And just be mindful of this other guy. He's just in the middle of this plot, and I know that he loves you and he wants to do things with you. Now, what he's done, I'm not really sure. He could be the only person who has done these things, but mindful that there's a guy here, there's more protesters here. So this is a unit of people. It's not one person. And these people don't have to be related to each other. One person can be a family member. The other person can be a neighborhood member. Another person can be from work. They can be people on different sides of your, I want to say intel, but you may know these people from different areas in your life, but this is all going to slowly take place. But nevertheless, it's going to bring about some freedom. And remember, the dancer is in reverse, so it's like that's a good thing. Upright is somebody dancing around the issues. They're not going to be able to dance around the truth just because, like I said, a drunk. What is it? A drunk mind speak a sober tongue, or a drunk tongue speak a sober. Whatever. I forgot the way it goes, y'all. But you guys know what I'm trying to get at. So it is going to bring about some freedom. So just relish in that. It's like it might be constricting to hear it and to go through it, but once it's done, it's going to bring about some freedom, and it's not going to be as bad as you perceive it. It might be a tough conversation, but remember, Capricorn, it's tougher for them. It's going to be tougher for them than it is for you. You know the phrase is, "This is going to hurt me uh, more than it hurts you." It hurts them more than it hurts you, like literally, too, because it's like they have to tell the person who they may have hurt before, the person who they may have done wrong, you're the one who they actually want. It's like a guilty conscience, but it's also like it's because they love you, and because they're realizing the error of their ways. They're not so much guilt tripping. They're just finally like maturing and realize that I need to hash things out, and make sure that the Capricorn understands that I understand. So whatever you want to do with that information is up to you, but just remember, rise above. Um, because it might hurt you. You might have been scarred. It might scar you to hear what they have to say, because, like I said, it's only because they should have been told you. It's not like they're hurting you today. Whatever this hurt was a hurt from yesterday. It's just that they're just not telling you, like, how deep the hurt was, or why they hurt you, or what was on their mind. I'm going to go all into logistics of it, but it's saying rise above, like, how you perceive it or how you feel about it. Like, don't try not to have any feelings about it until it all resolves, because it's going to be a freedom that comes about. That's what happened for you, Capricorn. It was a little, challenging, but I do love you guys, and you can get through this. I pray that you get through this, and you guys have an amazing week.